Today we're looking at cutting the roof off. A couple different steps to take. One is get all the wiring out of the way. We want to keep as much of the wiring as possible intact. So when we do cut it, it just comes off freely. We had to kind of put some filler pieces in here in the doors because the doors are actually going to get welded shut.
Once we make the cut, there's really no going back.
For the most part, yeah, there's not much of an error to be cutting. So once we start cutting, it's home. I never thought I'd be hacking up a car to put it back together. It'll be interesting. It'll be a different build than I've ever done before.
It's one of 3 that's currently in the United States. We get to hack it up. And if we do everything right, it's going to be the coolest build at the show.
Some of the parts of the car are hardened, so it takes a little longer to get through.
Today was a pretty big day. I'm super happy with how they did the cuts. Came right off, and 4 of us were able to lift it easily. I had friends who had 4Runners. It was a real pain in the neck to take the top on and off. You also needed to take out 35 bolts. We're gonna have simple latches. You could have this roof off in less than 5 minutes.
So we were originally gonna 3D print the whole top, and then somewhere along the line that changed. And so now we're using some 3D printed parts, but as well as the actual manufactured stamped top.
Once the ball started rolling, it started making a lot more sense to go and use a 3D printer to print a majority of the parts to be able to at least make the mating surfaces and different door panels and different panels for this vehicle.
So we've got multiple printers running here and over in Peepow. One of the awesome things about these printers is their speed combined with their quality. You know, you can have a fast printer that busts out something that you have to spend, weeks doing body work on. Luckily, these should help us with some of that.
Justin came up with the idea to put some tubing in it to keep everything straight. So that way there's one straight line that goes through the whole part. We were able to get the bottom all kind of linked together. It's kind of pinned in and glued together. That was kind of a big step, was to get the lower mounts in and all that stuff squared away. And then that feeds the top mount, gives us somewhere to put those, and we can assemble the top to the bottom. So that way, no matter how the bottom fits, both halves are gonna go together.
The 3D printer is gonna be really busy. We're making all the bottoms, the flanges, a lot of the rails that go in and to hold the gaskets, the tops of the bed rails, which it'll look like a bed when the roof is off. All of that is going to be done 3D printed. We're going to work with our partners, TRD, to develop a long travel suspension. The plan is currently to have Fox coilover shocks, 37-inch BF Goodrich tires on it. Those alone will get you to 90% of the places you need to go.
Maybe play around with a couple exhaust things and see what we can come up with to make that look a little zoomier. We're coming down to the end of the build, and the last little bits is always just kind of really tedious. Each build, as you're building it, you're almost too close to it, and it takes a while. So when it goes to paint, it's gone for 3 or 4 weeks. And then when it comes back, it has a new feel. And so it's one of those things, when I see it again coming back from paint, I think I'll have a new appreciation for it.
We don't want a wallflower at SEMA. We want something that's going to pop out and actually reach into the audience and grab you and pull you over to look at it. This thing is spectacular. I love it. I can't wait to see it with the roof suspended off the ground above it. I think people are going to go insane on this thing.